Hello, my home fragrance lovers. Welcome back to my channel. We made it to the middle of the week. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. I am here to go over what my recommendations are from the bars that Scentsy has released from the vault. So if you saw my video the other day, if you didn't, I'll link it above in the card. I panicked a little bit. I was very overwhelmed when I saw that Scentsy was going to release hundreds of bars from the vault for you to be able to put into your club in November. Because there are some bars in that list that we haven't seen in a while, some Scentsy heartbreaks, and I just think it's really fantastic that Scentsy released so many bars that if, one of these scents is a heartbreak for you, or if there's something that you have heard people talk about for a long time, but you haven't been able to try it, what a great opportunity to get some bars. So I have made an order already. That video will be coming soon with my haul of what I picked up, but I got a request to go over what bars I recommend from the scent list. So thank you, Terry, for this video request. I didn't go into any details about many of the scents in that other video. It was more of just an info pass that this is happening, when you can get the bars, etc. So you can add these bars to your club anytime in November. So make sure if there's anything that you want to try to lock it in your club in November. You can do a one and done club. This isn't something that you have to continuously keep. There's no penalty or fee for Scentsy Club. So if you do this one shipment and you decide that's enough bars, or I don't want to keep a club, then cancel it. That's what I do. I don't keep a club all the time. I just use the club to my advantage to get the bars that I want. So I am a Scentsy fragrance consultant. If I can help you in any way, I'm more than happy to do so. And I just also want to share a big thank you to any of you that have opened a club with me. I've had a lot of new folks this last week, and I'm so grateful. I'm going to get emotional. I really could not tell you thank you enough. Really, really appreciate your support. So before I get into tears here, let's go into the list. I just went through and I pulled what my top favorite recommendations were. It's a long list. It's probably, I would say 40 bars or so if I had to guess. I did not pull the scent notes for all of them. I wish that the document they had put out with the scents had the scent name and the notes, but they didn't. So I just pulled all of the scents that I would really recommend from this list. Some I had to leave out just because I'm like, okay, I don't want this video to get too lengthy, but I didn't pull the notes. I'm just going to tell you what I think about the scent, and then I have my computer here. If I do need to pull a scent note to help describe something, I will do that. Sometimes the notes are very helpful, and sometimes they're not at all helpful. Sometimes Scentsy goes on this like long rambling story about a bar when you just need the notes to understand what it smells like. So I don't have the bars to smell with you. We're just going to truly go down the list and me tell you what my favorites are, my recommendations. What I would recommend doing is getting the bars that you know that you love, and then trying a couple of extras. There's something that you've heard a lot of people talk about, or maybe one of these bars sound really up your alley. Now's a great time to try them as well. Go in alphabetical order. First up is Ace. Ace just came back in Bring Back My Bar. Was it maybe the last Bring Back My Bar? I loved this scent. I grabbed 6 of them. If you like masculine cologne fragrances, you would really enjoy Ace. It has some interesting notes. It's got like tangerine, dark chocolate. I don't think the notes really describe what it smells like. To me, it smells like a masculine cologne. I love that type of scent for my bedroom. So definitely one I would recommend. I shouldn't say that because obviously I recommend them all, but that is a new favorite of mine that I have really enjoyed from the last Bring Back My Bar. Almond Croissant, that is a Scentsy classic favorite fragrance. It's one that so many people love. I'm actually not the biggest Almond Croissant fan. I like it, I enjoy it, but I don't love it like other people do. But I put this one on the list because it is a fan favorite of so many people. And so I think that this is a great time to try it if you haven't. It's almond cinnamon bakery dough. It's very, very nice almond bakery scent. Apples and oats. This one just came out in a Bring Back My Bar as well, maybe 6 months ago well, I guess it's more than 6 months ago now, January. Did it come out in January? Did it come out in June? June, July? Now I can't remember, but it's been in the last year, the last calendar year, we've had apples and oats. Another great bakery scent. I'm not a huge bakery fan in wax, and I don't love a lot of Scentsy Bakery, but there is a few Scentsy Bakery on this list I highly recommend, and this is one of them. It smells like a very warm, cozy apple cinnamon bowl of oatmeal, very farmhouse fresh. I like that one a lot. One of my favorite tree scents, Black Forest Pine. There's a few tree scents on here that I will get into that I love. So that's the problem with this list for me, is there are a lot of tree scents that I love, and how many do I need? That's a question I'm grappling with. How many of each of these tree scents do I really need? Because they're all different, but they're all tree. I don't know. A problem for me to figure out, problem. But Black Forest Pine might be my favorite tree scent from Scentsy, although I love Very Snowy Spruce. I don't know. It's hard to say. Black Forest Pine is a very resinous, sappy tree, in my opinion. Really, really beautiful. I love that one. That's definitely one of my favorite bars, and so I'm stocking up on that. Black Tie Affair. This was a Father's Day collection bar a couple of years ago, and it was my favorite out of the bunch. I liked the whole collection, but this one I think was the majority of people's favorites, at least those people that I watch and have seen, videos or feedback on. A lot of people liked this scent. So if you enjoy masculine cologne, Black Tie Affair is a great option. Couple of my favorite bakery scents. I was just talking about Scentsy's Bakery, Breakfast in Bed. Another one that's a very popular Scentsy bar. This is a heartbreak for a lot of people, and they've had it in some clearance and flash sales over the last year or two, which has been fantastic. So there has been some opportunity to get it. That's how I've amassed what I have. So I don't need to pick up any more of this because of the amount of this scent I already have. But it's pumpkin, it's raspberry preserves. Can't remember what else is in there, but to me, this is not a pumpkin scent. If you've watched me for a length of time, you probably know I'm not a big pumpkin fan, especially from Scentsy. The occasional bar I can enjoy, and whatever oil they're using, it depends. But I'm not a huge pumpkin fan. But I really don't get pumpkin from this. It almost makes me think of like a raspberry, like a muffin with a lot of raspberry drizzle, like a raspberry jam or something, but you get like a warm bready bakery note with it. It's very, very pretty. Highly recommend, and it's a powerhouse performer. Another one of my favorite bakeries, caramel praline cake. This was a heartbreak for me for a while, but one of my friends, Steph here on YouTube, Steph Melts, or I think she changed her name just to her name, Steph Melton. But she sent me some bars of this because this was in the Scents of the Season collection, I believe, 2 years ago, maybe in 2023. And the bar that I melted of this was so light. And so I never got more of it because I felt like it was one that needed to sit a little while. Well, I had a second bar in my collection and melted it at a later date, and I had so much regret for not getting more. That time strengthened the bar, and this is such an amazing bakery. It is a warm praline cakey note. I get some caramel, but it's really not caramel heavy to me. It's a very nutty, warm, cozy bakery. It is to die for. I love it so much. So this is one that is high on my list to pick up more of because it is so good. And I don't want to be without it after my little bit of time that I had a heartbreak. Cashmere and Corduroy. This was in the winter catalog last year, and they did not bring it back for this fall winter season. And this is such an amazing bar. Obviously, this is a newer bar that's, been around recently. So probably many of you have tried this, but if you haven't, I highly recommend. It's a beautiful, cozy, perfumey scent. It makes me think of like cashmere cardigan or like a cashmere blanket, very warm and snuggly, but there is a beautiful perfumey quality to this scent. It is perfect for a bedroom. So if you like those cozy cardigan type fragrances, but you wouldn't mind just like an added hint of perfume, Cashmere Corduroy would be that scent. Cashmere Leaves. This one, it was either in like a harvest collection or maybe it was one of the 10 new scents to the season one year, but this is such a beautiful scent. It is leaves, so you definitely have to like a spicy leaves note, but it has a very creamy note to it. I don't know the best way to describe it. I don't know if you pick up a ton of the cashmere, but there's something that kind of subdues the leaves in this fragrance. It is exceptionally beautiful if you like a little bit of earthy, outdoorsy, fragrance profile. Christmas Cactus. I was very excited to see this one on the list. I've only ever had one bar of this, and I tried it in got it in a flash sale, I think, or a clearance sale of some sort. It is such an interesting take on a Christmas scent. It's got tree, I think it has some citrus notes, and it has agave in it. It's a very bright and fresh tree fragrance. It definitely makes me think of what Christmas is like in warmer climates. I live in the Midwest, and so I don't know, the last few Christmases have actually been fairly warm, but in general, December is getting cold. There's the chance of snow. But if you live in a more tropical or like temperate climate, something like this might fit really well for like Christmas Day. It's a beautiful scent if you want just something different. It is a different, sweeter take on a tree. Definitely fresher. Speaking of Christmas and speaking of trees, we have Christmas Tree. Christmas Tree was one of the holiday brick scents last year, and I'm not really a brick person, so I don't tend to buy them, but I will buy single bars, put them in a club to try the scent. Well, I never got around to melting this one last year, and I actually just melted it a few weeks ago, and I absolutely love it. It is a beautiful, just classic Christmas tree scent. So you definitely have to like tree to enjoy this one, but if you want a classic Christmas scent, you can not only melt it on its own, but you could use this type of scent as a blender for your holiday melting. It's a perfect classic green tree fragrance. Cocoa Lime. So this one's not one of my top favorites, but it is a top favorite of Natalie's and a top favorite of my dad. So I had to put this one on the list. It felt wrong to skip over it. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy this scent, but it's not one that I am over the moon about when I've had it, But it is a very pretty coconut lime scent. If you're familiar with like coconut lime breeze, those types of fragrances from Bath and Body, it's a similar scent profile. And I think that's the reason that I'm not over the moon, overjoyed about it. Not because it's not pretty, but I think all my years doing the coconut lime breeze, all of that kind of got me off coconut and lime scents, just because if you overdo anything, eventually you get tired of it. So I think that's kind of where I'm at with like coconut and lime fragrances, but it's a great summer scent. It's very strong. Unfortunately, it being on this list makes me feel like it's one they're not bringing back for spring, summer 2026. And so I obviously don't know that. There's a few bars on here that were just in the spring, summer catalog that are on this list. And so obviously I don't know, but I kind of feel like that's writing on the wall that maybe these scents won't come back. So if Cocoa Lime or any of these scents that I'm sharing or that I'm not sharing that are just on that list are going to be a heartbreak for you if it doesn't come back in 2026. Now would be the time to club it. Candied Cranberry Pecan. I was just talking about this fragrance not too long ago in an empties video on my channel here. It is such a good cranberry scent. One of my favorites, if not the favorite cranberry in my opinion that Scentsy has ever done. It's not too tart. It's just a very nice sweet cranberry with a beautiful nutty note. Perfect for Thanksgiving this month. If you get a club subscription with these bars this month, that would be the perfect bar to melt right around the Thanksgiving holiday. Fall Feelin'. This is a controversial one. I've talked about this a little bit on my channel recently because one of the scents in the holiday collection really made me think of Fall Feeling, that festive fruit punch bar. If you've had that bar and you've never had Fall Feelin', I think they're similar. Festive fruit punch definitely has more of a fruit note to it, but I feel like it uses Fall Feeling kind of as a base. So this is a very earthy, spicy leaf scent. I love those types of fragrances. I love the dirty leaves, the earthy, atmospheric outdoors. Not everybody likes them, so keep that in mind. But if you like those types of fragrances, if you enjoy the earthy, outdoorsy scents, you definitely would like Fall Feelin'. It's perfect for this time of year and for October. Frosted Vanilla. Frosted Vanilla is one that I believe it did not come back for the first time last fall, winter season, and I love this fragrance. Natalie loves it as well. I'm very stocked up on Frosted Vanilla, so it's not something that I feel like I have to get more of at this time, but it is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I'm trying to remember what the notes are in it. Let's look it up while I'm here. I figured if I looked up every bar, it would be too much, but the occasional one is okay. Vanilla bean, birch bark, and frosty air. You definitely get the birch in it, but it's a very vanilla heavy birch. It's a really pretty scent. If you like a little bit of woodsy tree, but you like a lot of vanilla, Frosted Vanilla is really nice. Ghostly Greetings. I love Ghostly Greetings. It's actually probably one of my favorite fall fragrances. This is a scent that not everybody loved. I felt like it was a very you either love it or you hate it type of bar. Most people, when I talk about Ghostly Greetings, they do not care for it, but I love it. It's got a lot of dark notes. Oh heck, let's just look up the notes for Ghostly Greetings too, because I don't know how to describe it. But it is a very deep, plum, like earthy type of fragrance. Black plum, spice berry, and a dash of bourbon. 100%. You get the plum, but there's a lot of spices with it. I do feel like that bourbon really stands out. It is an atmospheric type scent for October. Very conceptual. It's definitely a bar that will get you into spooky season. Great performer. I really enjoy Ghostly Greetings, but it's not for everybody, and I understand that. Golden Garland. I love this bar so much, but I have quite a few, so I don't need to pick up any more, but this is a great also apple, fresh air, kind of autumn leaning outdoorsy scent. This has some tree notes, some apple. It's beautiful. It reminds me a lot of Hayrides that's in the current catalog. I mean, very, very similar. So if you like Hayrides, you would like Golden Garland. I guess I would almost argue if you have Hayrides, you don't need Golden Garland or vice versa. I'm sure there are some nuances that are different about them, but they are a very similar type of scent. If you like Autumn Road Trip, if you like Autumn from Bath & Body Works, that type of fresh apple but earthy fall scent, you would definitely like Golden Garland. Honey Pear Cider. This is a Scentsy classic favorite. I have not seen Honey Pear Cider offered in a really long time, so I'm very happy that they brought this back. Actually, what it sounds like, it's a very sweet pear with a lot of honey to it. It is perfect for September. I love it as a summer to fall transition, or, when the leaves haven't really changed too much on the trees. The days are still hot, but you're wanting to get into fall wax. This is a really great option. Iced pine. This is one of the tree scents I would like to get a lot of. I don't know what makes it iced, to be honest with you, but it's just a great classic tree fragrance. Let's see what these notes are. Green fir, pine, and peppermint. So it has that minty quality that maybe like Christmas tree and some of these other scents, the tree scents that I'm mentioning, do not. Beautiful, beautiful tree. Isle of Clover. This just came out for, was it St. Patrick's Day? Or maybe it was like the February scent of the month. It was right around that time. Maybe it was St. Patrick's Day. This is an apple green type of fragrance. I loved this one. I think Natalie really enjoyed this as well. The apple in it reminds me a lot of a peeling apple. If you've ever had that one where it's just a really crisp, sweet kind of summertime apple. This is a great spring apple and greens fragrance. It's really, really stunning. Key lime and grapefruit. This was one, and in a couple, there's another one that was in this past spring summer catalog that I'm guessing that this is not coming back next year if I had to guess. I really enjoyed this scent. I have quite a few of them. This originally came out in their summertime collection, I guess then 2 summers ago, and this was definitely my favorite from that collection. I am not a huge grapefruit person, but the grapefruit is not super present. To me, this is a very creamy key lime with just touches of citrus. It is very, very beautiful. So I have this in many bars and I have this in Counter Clean. It is a fantastic summertime key lime scent without being too sharp. Another bakery fragrance that I love is King Cake. King Cake was in the Mardi Gras collection a few years ago, and this one I feel like is very similar to Caramel Praline Cake that I talked about earlier. That's on this list. That was in the Scents of the Season collection. I think they have a similar vibe for sure. Really classic, beautiful, warm bakery. This is definitely one that I am going to get a couple of bars of. Lake My Day, one that was in this last catalog that this list is making me think is maybe not coming back next year. Lake My Day is masculine cologne, but it has more of a aquatic feel to it. So if you like aquatic masculine cologne scents, you would love this one. Definitely one that I enjoy. Luxe Vanilla. So actually, I'm going to talk about Luxe Vanilla and Snuggle Up at the same time. Both of these are on this list, and I think that they are similar fragrances. Luxe Vanilla, Snuggle Up, Jammy Time, Stargazing. There's a few. They all fit into the same scent family to me, where to me they lean a little bit sweet laundry. They have an undertone of a laundry note, but that there's a lot of sweetness, sugariness to that bar. It's a perfect bedroom scent, both of these, the Luxe Vanilla and the Snuggle Up. Luxe Vanilla makes me just think of an upscale, super sweet laundry. It's really, really pretty. Similarly with Snuggle Up. So if you like those types of fragrances, if you like Jammy Time, you would enjoy these for sure. There's Rip. Perfect bedroom type of scents. Of mint ones, we have Marshmallow Mint and Mint to be Merry. Love both of these. Marshmallow Mint is going to be your mint that's has a lot of vanilla to it. It's a very sweet vanilla heavy mint. And Mint to be Merry is buttermint. There's a bakery note to it. There's more of a cookie base. So it just depends on what type of mint you like. If you want mint with more bakery, do Mint to Be Merry. If you want like a very creamy, vanilla heavy mint, I would recommend the Marshmallow Mint. Orange Clove Pomander. This was one that I recently just got into because Elizabeth from here, from Elizabeth Scenes and Scents, recommended this one, and I picked it up and really enjoyed it. This, I feel like, is a bar that you need to warm to get the full effect from. I don't feel like smelling it on cold does it the justice that it does on warm, but this is a perfect holiday scent in my opinion. It's a warm orange spicy fragrance, but it's not orange like in a strong citrusy way. It's more like a mulled cider type of orange with a lot of spices. Perfect for the holidays. It would be great blended with some cranberry. It would be great blended with some tree. Orchard by the Sea. This was a brick, like a summertime brick a few years ago, and it was definitely one of the favorites. This very apple heavy kind of salty sea air scent. So if you like oceanic, aquatic plus apple, you would enjoy Orchard by the Sea. It's a fantastic fragrance. Painted Leaves, one of my favorites as well. I don't know why I keep saying that. Just the natural transition from scent to scent. Obviously, I recommend all of these or they wouldn't be in this video. Painted Leaves is another one of those bars that I feel like you either love it or hate it. I don't think it's widely loved by many, but I really enjoy this scent. It's probably the strongest bar that Scentsy has ever made. It is an absolute beast of a performer. Painted Leaves, if you like sweater weather from Bath & Body, you would enjoy this. This is an earthy tree fragrance, but it has a eucalyptusy note. I actually don't believe any sort of eucalyptus or mint are in the fragrance notes, but it's there. There's something very fresh and minty about this scent, very crisp. So if you like sweater weather, you would definitely like Painted Leaves. And Pines. This was in one of the LTOs last year, maybe the Harvest or the Holiday. I can't remember. Enjoy this one a lot. This has a lavender note to it. It's dewy greens, lavender, and cedarwood. And so it's a little bit different than the other tree scents I've talked about where it has some more fresh herbally-ness to it. Very, very pretty. Like that one a lot. Pineapple Rose. Oh my goodness. Pineapple Rose is a scent that I got for the first time in a flash sale bundle. It was like a 5-bar bundle or whatever it was. Pineapple Rose is never a scent that I would have grabbed on its own because I'm not a big pineapple fan in wax and I don't love a lot of rose in wax. I'm starting to get more into rose, but it's definitely not a scent that I'm like, ooh, rose, let me get it. I smelled that bar, I fell in love, and I raved about it here. And so many of you sent me bars. Thank you so, so much. So I am good on the Pineapple Rose. I have like 15 bars of it. So I am good. I don't need to get any more, but I highly recommend this. If you like, I don't even want to say pineapple and rose because it's really not. It doesn't give me that artificial pineapple. That's what I don't like about pineapple and wax is that very artificial, chemically pineapple. I don't care for that at all. This is more authentic. It's sweet and rich. The rose is not overpowering. I think it just adds a touch of floral to it, adds a little bit of freshness, but it's not like rose in your face by any means. The way they did this bar, they blended this beautifully, and the oils that they picked, in my opinion, are just right. So if you like pineapple and rose, obviously I think you would enjoy this scent, but this might be a great wild card to throw in an order if it's something that, you know, sounds of interest to you. Rio Beach. Oh my gosh, I need to pull the scent notes for this one. So I just showed this in an empties. Summer sent me a bar of Rio Beach not too long ago. And the second I opened that package and I smelled Rio Beach, I put it into my warmers. This scent is so good. So this is one that I would like to get more of for sure. I would like to probably get a 6-pack of it. Coconut milk, tropical fruit, and tonka bean. It is a beautiful, creamy, rich, tropical fragrance. It is stunning. So if you like the tropical scents, those good summertime beachy scents, Rio Beach is amazing. Sea, Sun, and Fun. This was in a Bring Back My Bar a couple of years ago, and I've really enjoyed it. I don't need a ton of bars of it because it's a very specific type of fragrance. To me, this is straight up sunscreen. If you want a good sunscreen scent to melt on a hot day in July, this is that scent. It is really pretty. So that's why I don't need tons of it though. I'll melt it on like the hottest days in the summer, and then I'm good. Like I would not melt this any other time of the year, but it is a great sunscreen fragrance. Shimmer. I have not had shimmer in so long. Fun fact about me with Scentsy, my first ever bricks that I got with Scentsy years ago, whenever they offered them, I had a brick of shimmer and I had a brick of sugar. And it took me so long to finish those bricks. But they were both so good. But after I finished those bricks, I was kind of over the scent a little bit. And then obviously we couldn't get either of those fragrances. I believe sugar is on this list as well. That's a really great like pink sugar type of scent. Shimmer, I remember being a very beautiful, sweet, perfumey fragrance. And so I'm very happy that this is back. Not one that I'm going to like overdo and overbuy, but it is one that I would like a couple bars for my bedroom. For one, for nostalgia, and it is just a beautiful, perfumey type of scent. Spiced Ember Glow. I've talked about this bar on my channel here recently as well. I did not have any more of it, so I'm glad to be able to pick up a few more bars. This is a very warm, cozy, kind of fiery bar. I wonder, does it have pumpkin in it? Maybe it's just spices. You definitely get kind of a smoky, warm fire note to this fragrance. Definitely a popular one. I've heard a lot of people enjoy the scent. So smoked apple and toasted vanilla over cinnamon embers. I guess I would say apple, but I would not even say that this is apple in your face. Definitely would say like vanilla, cinnamon embers for sure. It's a very warm, cozy type of bar. Sugar Plum Berry. I just talked about this in my last empties video, and I mentioned how this is one that I don't feel like as many people enjoy or have talked about. I think this is just a classic Scentsy scent that's been around for a long time, or, you know, comes back on occasion. This is classic Christmas where you have your orange and your spices, you know, your simmer pot on the stove, but then you're adding in like plum and those red and purple berries. That's what I get from this. It's a very berry heavy, sweet shimmer pot, perfect for the holidays. I highly recommend Sugar Plum Berry. Summer Holiday. This one just came out in a Bring Back My Bar this last go around. It was definitely the one that I was the most looking forward to. It was a Scentsy heartbreak for me. I love this scent. If you enjoy beachy scents, if you enjoy like Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom, I think that you would really like Summer Holiday. Sweet Plum Pastry. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy for those of you that, for one, have had Sweet Plum Pastry be a heartbreak, or two, you've heard about Sweet Plum Pastry for so many years, but have never had the opportunity to try it. Here you go. I'm so happy that Scentsy brought this back. Not everybody loves this fragrance. It really has no pastry to it at all. So go in, if you buy this scent, go into it realizing that. To me, this is a very tart plum, but it's a really good scent. I love this one a lot. It is my like classic first ever love from Scentsy. So it's one that holds a special place in my heart. I like to melt it 1 or 2 times a year, and I'm definitely picking up a few of these bars. Natalie mixes sweet plum pastry with butter pecan. A butter pecan is also on this list. So if you like bakery, but also mixing it with a tart fruit, that's a great combination. I've really enjoyed that combination. And then just melting it, of course, on its own. Very strong, good performing scent. And then the last two on the list are ones that just came out in the Father's Day collection. I shouldn't say on the list, on my list of ones I'm recommending to you. Vanilla Oak and Vanilla Oud. Both of these were in that Father's Day collection, and I enjoyed both of these immensely. Vanilla Oak was my favorite out of the trio. It is a very oaky, woodsy vanilla. I think it's great for a bedroom. It makes me think almost of like you got new bedroom furniture, that type of fragrance, but it's very creamy and blended very nicely with the vanilla. And then Vanilla Oud is a warm, kind of deep, cozy, masculine fragrance, in my opinion. I love the scent profile on Vanilla Oud. To me, it's a little bit of a weaker performer. So it's one that I definitely recommend sitting and letting cure or melting in a small space, but the scent profile is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, I am 40 minutes in on my end filming this, and so I think that is enough of my recommendations. I hope that you guys enjoyed hearing all of my rambling. I would love to know, are there any scents that you are wanting to try, or any that you are really excited are coming back or are back and you're able to snag? I would love to hear what you guys are thinking. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if you have opened a club with me recently, I truly could not thank you enough. So thank you so, so much. You give that guy over there laying against my Christmas melting basket extra treats and goodies. But I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye.